What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video we're doing Prehistoric Emergence Part 2. May look like the sun is open behind me, but that's not the sun, that's a light. So I know, very, very bright. But yeah, today is Prehistoric Emergence Part 2. That's 4. 2. Put a poll about this right here. Future collector, place it right there in my hand. Yep. And only one of you guys voted last I checked, and it was on this. YouTube doesn't let me see who voted, but whoever was the one person to vote, thank you for at least voting. So it was either Vita Carnis Season 1, and I mean like all of Season 1, or Prehistoric Emergence Part 2. Those are the two options. So that means next video I'm doing Vita Carnis Season 1. If you want to see that, cool. When I upload it, watch it. Don't forget to subscribe. Only a few of y'all subscribe, I think. I'll put a little thing right here. And yeah, let's begin. Prehistoric Emergence refers to an event in which numerous animals once believed to be extinct for millions of years have suddenly reappeared through unexplained openings such as caves, deep holes, and blue holes. Again, this episode's titled Prehistoric Emergence, First Apex Predators. Catch this. I remember in the last video me saying that our next episode would be an ocean episode, and look at that. What's that? It's like giant tentacles just going.
Welcome everyone to ASIN News. Our responsibility is to keep you updated on all developments concerning the prehistoric emergence. We acknowledge that our last broadcast left viewers unsettled, notably an unexpected video of a mysterious statue with strange sounds interrupted our channel. It appears ASIN News was targeted by cyber attacks. The glitches and interruptions you witnessed are suspected to be a prank meant to instill fear. An investigation is already underway. Furthermore, GPAC has asked us to announce that they are actively mobilizing global military forces to effectively manage the prehistoric emergence. Until troops are fully prepared, please rely on local authorities for emergency assistance.
Wasn't it in the last episode, so, little recap, giant flying dinosaurs, were, like, kidnapping children and just all in all causing commotion. And then you had Mosasaurus, I believe the Megalodon, and Dunkleosteus come out of one of the blue holes. T-Rex came, too, so, and I ended up basically putting those two together. If you watched the last episode, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, these and the authorities have been having trouble, and that's why I bring this up. They said, depend on local authorities. These they're having trouble with that, so I wouldn't really trust that they'd have it in the hands of them. So, yeah.
Other news, some of Earth's very first apex predators have reappeared.
The first apex predator has resurfaced. This creature is called the Anomalocaris. This arthropod is estimated to be around 2 feet in length. Although it may not look imposing, it once ruled the Cambrian seas. While it was believed to prey on hard-shelled animals, we have now observed that the Anomalocaris feeds on softer-bodied creatures. Unlike most of the prehistoric creatures that have emerged, Anomalocaris has surprisingly positive effects on today's environment.
Okay, so we got a positive thing out of it. That's good. I need stuff positive.
Consider shipworms. These invasive pests cause billions of dollars in damage each year. Shipworms burrow into wooden structures such as ship, piers, docks, and they consume the wood until these structures are destabilized. Their larvae hatch in the ocean and swim freely until they locate a source of wood. Then they burrow into the wood, growing and digesting more as they develop, ultimately weakening the structure.
That's good.
Fortunately, the return of the Anomalocaris is keeping these shipworms in check. This emergence is unexpectedly beneficial. Many welcome the Anomalocaris' presence in our oceans. The Kraken of the Ordovician period has reemerged. It is known as the Camerosaurus. This ancient cephalopod's shell is around 20 feet in length. Its
Okay. Tell me that doesn't look like a stick figure, like, fleshed out stick figure arm. You know, like, so that's the fingers, this is the arm, this would be like where the arm connects, and you have like the floating body right here, and then you have the other arm. You know, that looks like an arm, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, there's something right here. And then you have like the arm, and that kind of looks like a hand. So
shell serves to protect the creature and maintain its buoyancy, while it isn't inherently aggressive.
Okay, real fast, I'm sorry I'm pausing again. That, I don't know how they did it, props to them, but that looks like really realistic. That's like horrifyingly realistic. Is this thing still alive? I thought it was.
The Camerosaurus will attack humans if threatened.
Wait.
Will attack humans if threatened. Inherently aggressive.
1 second, that's not what I meant to do. The shell bearer rising, the first sign of the true Leviathan's emergence. Whatever that means. Alright, so at least I can read that.
It inhabits the equatorial oceans and is particularly abundant in shallow tropical seas. The Camerosaurus can use its beak to breach exoskeletons or shells. Just like the Anomalocaris, this creature's predation patterns have been helpful to us.
That's good.
Take, for instance, the green crab. These invasive crustaceans impair our economy and our ecosystems. Green crabs decimate populations of clams, oysters, and mussels, causing severe damage to marine ecosystems and causing fisheries millions annually. The Camerosaurus, however, prey on these invaders, helping to control their numbers. By reducing green crab populations, the Cameroceros indirectly keeps shellfish stocks abundant and reduces economic losses in the fishing industry.
That's really good, actually.
The Cameroceros and the Anomalocaris prove that some prehistoric creatures may work in our favor and should be protected at all costs. While these animals were the apex predators of their time, they are far from dominating these oceans. Recently.
Okay, I'm either going insane or that noise was the same noise I heard when I reversed the audio. Might be going insane.
Thai fishermen caught a group of wild Anomalocaris. The creature immediately became a sensation in Thai restaurants.
Something good happens and we're just eating it away. Humans are so greedy.
Now, we're witnessing a spike in demand for exotic prehistoric seafood. Many fishermen have expressed interest in capturing these creatures. This could be an issue for we have sinned.
We have sinned?
This could be an issue for we have sinned.
Deadly sin. Greed. Exactly. Okay, yeah, greed's one of the 7 deadly sins, it said. Or it said deadly sin. Okay, there was a final part there.
This could be an issue for we have
Human greed.
This could be an issue for we may undo the positive effects these animals had on the ocean by overfishing them. Activists are starting boycott campaigns on restaurants that are planning on serving Anomalocaris tempura and Cameroceros calamari. GPAC has ignored this issue entirely, most likely due to their focus on military organization, meaning we will have to rely on the good nature of humans to save these creatures. Pray for the safety of the Anomalocaris and the Cameroceros.
The Anomalocaris actually looks kind of cute. Like, I'd want to keep it as a pet. I don't like that thing, though. That thing looks good. That looks so goofy. What is that? Let me do good old Google here. Okay, guys, I'm back and I found it. Sacabampus. Okay, so that's the picture we saw right there. These things look. That looks just hilarious. That does not look funny. That looks like it has razor sharp teeth. It's a fish. Okay. Extinct genus of jawless fish that lived in the Ordovician period, that's the same period they said the little octopus thingy lived. Succubampus lived in shallow waters on the continual margins of Gondwana. I'm not pronouncing anything correct today. It is the best known Arendipid, with many specimens known. Okay, that's pretty cool. Pretty neat. Okay, I don't think we found out what this thing is. I think last episode. I don't know. Did we? I can't remember. No. So that was first Apex Predators. Shout out Asian Studios for that one. Asian? I'm pronouncing that wrong. But there you go. That's his channel name. Yep. Raptor Dragons. Shout out everyone. On to the next and final episode. Prehistoric Emergence. Beast of the Earth. Prehistoric Emergence. We read that. We're almost done. Let's go. Now this episode, 22 minutes, 13 seconds. Oh, we're getting camera footage. This is not new.
Eden 1, come in.
Eden 1, responding.
Do you have eyes on Eden 3?
Well, I didn't know the first part.
Eden 1, come in.
Eden 1, responding.
Do you have eyes on Eden 3?
Is this G-pop?
Following Eden 3's trail.
Proceed with caution. The target's threat level is being re-evaluated. If spotted, do not engage it alone.
Affirmative.
What are they going after? I don't know what they're going after. It seems like they're trying to capture or hunt something. Because they said, if you see it, do not approach, and if you do, be cautious, or something like that. So, Okay, no, that was the sound I heard.
Eden Squad, rendezvous in my position. Target is in the AO.
Wait, no, that was the T-Rex sound. That was part of it, at least.
Eden 1, what's the status?
Okay, interfering with radio. Okay, hoodie. That pistol? You're not doing anything.
After rendezvous, waiting for Eden Squad to arrive.
I imagine them being like SWAT team armor and stuff, you know? Not sweatpants and a hoodie. Oh my god, what's that? So, how did... Can be very honest with you. How do you not hear that? This giant thing right here. How do you not hear this? This is... What? How do... Okay, we obviously don't hear it in the dash cam or like his microphone, so...
We are the ASIN News channel. It is our responsibility to keep you updated on all matters pertaining to the prehistoric emergence. GPAC has officially launched the first phase of their defense initiative. They have issued a public statement detailing this development. To all member nations, we are proud to announce the establishment of specialized response units, fully trained, managed, and funded by GPAC. These elite forces are designed to handle prehistoric threats and...
I'm pretty sure we just saw that, and that did not... It looked like the dude just got eaten. Seems like that's what happened. So, they're obviously not geared up. They have pistols, okay? They have pistols. They're not doing anything. So, yeah.
Ensure public safety. Should a threat arise, please contact these units through your local authorities. Due to their limited numbers, priority will be given to urban areas and regions with priority citizens. Rest assured, additional forces are undergoing rigorous training to expand our response capabilities. Your safety remains our top priority. Stay vigilant and trust in GPAC. While GPAC's promises bring hope, their initiatives come with substantial costs. Stay tuned as we uncover news regarding GPAC's newly formed special forces. A T-Rex has been spotted stalking residents in
Okay,
Laurel,
that's actually
Montana.
like, horrifying. That's also like their channel logo, and I'm also saying like a lot. So, T-Rex spotted watching
Fortunately,
people
no civilian casualties
in Laurel,
have been reported.
Montana.
This particular T-Rex has captivated public attention due to its mysterious nature. It is widely being referred to as
Okay, either my eyes are playing
It is widely being referred to
Yeah, that's the beast of the earth. If you'd like to slow down my video and see that, because I'm not doing that again. But it's referred to as the Daba, as it has now said. So that's cool, I guess. So we have this dinosaur known as the Daba, this T-Rex like creature, watching people, not killing, not attacking, watching, which I think is scarier. It was.
This particular T-Rex has captivated public attention due to its mysterious nature. It is widely...
Actually, I'll slow it down. You don't have to do that.
being referred
the Beast of the Earth. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it was Beast of the Earth. I'm not going insane.
In response to growing public distress, GPAC deployed a specialized strike force to neutralize the creature. Tragically,
its red eyes are quite menacing, and it has like a real dark back, allowing it to like hide quite well.
2 members lost their lives during the operation. GPAC has since confirmed that the dinosaur was in fact...
Okay, I'm reading this down here. The Dappa appears to evolve over time. What does that mean?
Successfully neutralized to ensure public safety. We may never understand the mystery behind the Dubba.
The Dubba.
GPAC has detailed Phase 1 of their campaign, which aims to resolve the Quetzalcoatlus threat. These Astargadai pterosaurs have become a top priority due to their inherent danger and rapid migration across the Western Hemisphere. GPAC's statement regarding this campaign is as follows. As part of the defense initiative, we are committed to controlling the population of the Astargadai pterosaurs. Our specialized forces have successfully neutralized 19,735 Quetzalcoatlus with minimal losses. However, to sustain this campaign, we are imposing a 10% emergency tariff across all member nations. Your continued support is vital in keeping our world secure. We at ASIN News question whether brute force is the right solution to this crisis. In just the first week of the initiative, 987 soldiers have lost their lives.
Okay. I have the very tiniest, but still a theory. Not a lot of stuff. Well, that's a lie. There's like 2 things regarding 3, I think. Statue speaking. Well, it wasn't speaking, but it was like did stuff. And then we learned about some, I believe it was a Hindu god. It was the god of chaos. So there's gods involved. Or a god. And then there was, just now, the deadly sin, greed thing. Human sin. So, we have sinned. Therefore, gods, especially the god of chaos, is causing chaos and bringing back these prehistoric animals and interrupting news stations using monuments. So I think we've done so bad as creatures that they're doing all this.
The mass spending on firepower has already triggered inflation, with experts warning us that this war is unlikely to end anytime soon. Despite GPAC's claim of neutralizing nearly 20,000 Quetzalcoatlus, their population continues to surge. This campaign could easily stretch on for years. The war against the Astarkadai has already cost more than $1.32 billion. Experts project expenses could surpass $1 trillion before the conflict ends. Furthermore, GPAC has introduced tariff exemptions for wealthy individuals and corporations that make significant financial contributions. According to GPAC, cities like Washington, D.C., Buffalo, and Pittsburgh are now free of Quetzalcoatlus. However, eyewitness reports suggest sightings of flying creatures in these regions. To gain further insight, we now turn to Corbin Brenner, reporting live from Buffalo, New York.
That's right. I'm standing here in sunny Buffalo, New York, and as of yet, no news on the elusive Pterosaurus. I've spoken to many locals and still have no reports to substantiate that they've migrated this far north. I'll update you as I get more information. Back to you. Leave the camera. Go, go, go!
Attention. The U.S. East Coast is now under a state of emergency. All residents are ordered to remain indoors. A massive Astarkadai invasion is underway. GPAC response teams have been deployed across multiple states. However, the sheer number of these creatures are overwhelming the forces. Early reports indicate this species is even more resilient than the Quetzalcoatlus. Its greater mass allows it to withstand heavier gunfire, making it more difficult to bring down.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier, where, like, their skin is so hard, guns don't affect them, or something like that, or at least some guns. So, yeah, that's a problem.
Experts have confirmed that these pterosaurs first emerged in Romania, likely nesting in remote regions and avoiding human detection. However, their sudden mass migration to the U.S. East Coast remains an enigma, with no known natural explanation for such a movement. The fact that their arrival coincides with the ongoing war is a coincidence that cannot be overlooked.
The Toronto Zoo is now under investigation and has been closed indefinitely due to growing safety concerns. A zookeeper, whose identity will remain anonymous, intentionally released Oompi Jr. from his enclosure. The worker has...
You didn't watch last episode, so Oompi is a mammoth. Woolly mammoth. That was taken into the Toronto Zoo. And it had a child, Oompi Jr., baby mammoth. And... so...
since been terminated, although they have stated that they were saving him.
So basically what they just said is this zookeeper released Oompi Jr. Pretty sure last episode they said Oompi Jr. was missing. So, possibly.
Meanwhile, an illness has spread among the zoo staff. Reports indicate that a significant number of the zookeepers have fallen ill, with several hospitalized. The nature of the illness remains unidentified. One of the now hospitalized zookeepers claims that Oompi never contracted tuberculosis. Instead, they allege that the Toronto Zoo's shareholders fabricated the diagnosis to cover up the true cause of Oompi's death and avoid a shutdown. This has sparked speculation that Oompi's death and the illness among zookeepers could be correlated.
Yeah, so last episode, me and my papa, we were talking about, like, these creatures are coming back. There's really old diseases they're also bringing back. And people with their new diseases would be killing off dinosaurs, while dinosaurs and their old diseases would be killing off people. So, and this is a prime example of that. So, yeah.
As the Toronto Zoo faces legal scrutiny, concerns grow for the zookeepers battling this unknown illness, and for Oompi Jr., who remains missing.
Attention residents of France. A terrifying insect has been spotted in the country. This creature is known as the Meganeura. At this time, authorities strongly advise keeping all windows and doors securely shut, both in homes and in vehicles. This griffin fly is the largest insect alive, with a wingspan of over 2 feet. While it frightens many, it doesn't pose a threat to humans unless provoked. The Meganeura has been seen to prey on toads, spiders, and dragonflies, all of which naturally control the insect populations. As a result, France is experiencing a massive surge in pest populations, devastating the country's crops. Once a thriving $200 billion industry supporting nearly 500,000 jobs, France's agricultural sector is now in turmoil. Furthermore, tourism has declined significantly since the pest crisis, pushing France towards an economic disaster. Despite the ongoing Historicadi War, GPAC has reaffirmed its commitment to handling other prehistoric threats. In response to the active Meganeura crisis, they have issued the following statement. The emergence of Meganeura poses a significant threat to France. To address this crisis, GPAC has deployed a specialized force armed with an experimental pesticide designed to eliminate insects the size of Meganeura and smaller. Residents may contact local authorities for assistance. Rest assured, this crisis will soon be contained.
Yeah, there's a problem with that. First off, it's experimental pesticide, meaning they don't know if it works. And also, if it's meant to kill things like that big, it could kill like human children that are small enough, and people who just stuff like that, depending on whether it's just if it's safe to humans or not. And it's experimental, so they don't know. So that's my problem with that. And they're going to be releasing it all over France, so that's even a bigger problem.
However, public concern is mounting over GPAC's use of an experimental, possibly untested pesticide in populated areas. Adding to the unease, GPAC has not disclosed the pesticide's ingredients or potential side effects, leaving many questioning this approach. A tragic incident recently took place in Brazil. Camila Nascimento, aged 25, was found dead from massive bite wounds while searching for her missing cat. The injuries bear an eerie resemblance to a long-extinct predator. While unconfirmed, many fear that the saber...
Destroyer claims its prey. That's what that said. Destroyer claims its prey. Okay.
Lola! Lola! Do you want some treats?
Okay, why do you still let your cat outside knowing all this is going on? That's save your teeth. because of this.
The Smilodon populator has re-emerged, weighing up to 400 pounds and capable of reaching speeds of 30 miles per hour. This apex predator is unlike anything modern society has faced. Its strength and ambush tactics may make it the most dangerous prehistoric creature to return yet. Across Brazil, deep holes are forming in populated areas, where these
Wait, aren't saber-tooths, like, they lived in cold climates. They're down in Brazil. I believe Brazil is a hot place, considering it's close to the equator. And on the equator line is, temperatures are supposed to be really hot. And it's, like, really close to that. So I don't think that thing would be able to survive with all of its hair. Die of, like, heat stroke or something.
Formations appear, so do the saber-toothed cats. With these predators now prowling city streets and rural towns alike, Brazil itself has become their hunting ground. GPAC forces are patrolling major cities, staying true to their mission of protecting civilians. However, their focus remains on urban centers, leaving smaller towns and rural areas dangerously exposed to Smilodon attacks. Those outside the protected zones are left to discover their own means of protection against the creature. With the federal government and GPAC prioritizing urban regions, many and vulnerable towns have turned to a questionable source of protection. The cartels. Amid a global firearms shortage, these criminal organizations have taken advantage of the crisis, flooding the black market with weapons and selling them to desperate locals. The emergence of Smilodon has inadvertently increased the strength of the cartels, deepening their grip on Brazil's most vulnerable communities. For now, those outside the GPAC protected zones have little choice but to rely on the criminal organizations. Until special forces extend their reach, many will remain trapped between prehistoric terror and the growing power of the cartels. The number of openings have increased exponentially since our last broadcast. They have started to displace a concerning number of people. GPAC previously promised to relocate those housed within 1 mile of the formation. However, they have since now discontinued the service for budgetary reasons and left those affected responsible for their own relocation. The underwater openings are confirmed to be linked to the water level rising. Coastal regions will soon experience an increased amount of floodings. While the prehistoric emergence threatens our way of life, we must hold on to hope. History has shown that humanity can adapt. Humanity will adapt. Viewers, stay vigilant, stay prepared, and above all, stay safe.
Hey, yeah. We do adapt, but they're kind of overrunning and overtaking, so. That is not the end. Why is this popping up? Created by Isaac Studios. I'm pretty sure that's the double. Looks like it's in a gate. Day 0. What's this?
This is Dr. Adrian Holloway. Log entry 003. I asked why we were researching prehistoric creatures. They just told me not to ask. I guess that knowledge is above my pay grade. Earlier today, GPAC relocated my team to a U.S. military facility, one I will refer to as Paradise Ranch. We've been informed that live specimens including Quetzalcoatlus, Smilodon, and others are currently being held here. However, our team has been assigned to an entirely different subject. The creature on the news. The one the public is calling the Daba. is currently being transported to this...
mean? I'm pretty sure that means something. Okay. In the Quran? That's a religious text, I'm pretty sure. Any creature that moves or creeps and can include humans, animals, or other beings. So yeah, it said it watches people, so that makes sense.
Very facility. I can't believe it. Our containment protocols are ready, but there is ongoing debate over its dietary requirements. This dinosaur we're researching, it's a scientific marvel, a true wonder of the world. I'm honestly not sure what to expect, but I somehow know my team and I won't be disappointed. Log entry 004. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Its fleshy footpads muffle its steps far more effectively than those of a typical T-Rex. Initial measurements place its weight at 16,734 pounds, and its height at 12.5 feet at the hip. We've already trimmed sections of its hair to study regrowth patterns, and later today, we'll be extracting tissue and blood samples for further analysis. Using the DNA methylation clock, we aim to estimate the specimen's true age. Physically, it appears healthy, but it seems uncomfortable. I think I'm going to have the team delay further testing for a day or two. The creature needs time to adjust to its new home.
Okay, good man. That creature to just kind of be able to sit around for a bit.
The results are... I don't know what to make of any of this. As a scientist, I'm not even sure I believe it myself. The specimen is somehow an infant. It's still growing. It hasn't even come close to reaching its full size. There's something...
This thing is a baby. And it's nowhere close to reaching its full size. And it's the size of a normal T-Rex. Okay, who here knows about Mancoon cat? Mancoons? So, when they're like 2 months old, they become the size of a normal cat. That's kind of what this thing is. It's at like, it's a baby. It's probably like 2 months old, we'll say. And it's already the size of a normal T-Rex. It's kind of like that, I guess.
Else. No one has ever seen it sleep since its arrival. Not once. I asked my superiors how they even managed to transport it here. They told me it took 7.6 milligrams of carfentanil to sedate this thing.
That's a lot.
Then, there's the issue with the equipment. Flickering monitors, faulty lights, security feed interruptions. On paper, it's all just a technical malfunction, but... Can it? Is it? Looking at me?
Can't hear its steps. It can speak. Okay, let's go over this. So far, we have this thing called the Daba. We learned in this episode, we have this thing called the Daba. And the word Daba means something that, like, creeps around. And that makes sense because it was, like, stalking people. Not really attacking or eating them. And then you have... It can speak. It speaks English. It said humans. It can mess with electrical stuff. So that's freaky. So yeah. And then we have, like, my theory is gods are involved, because you had the statue, talk about some Hindu god of chaos. You have the Dava, which can speak, and it's a baby, and it just stalks people. There was the couple messages, beasts of the earth, human sin. Wait. So one of the things that Leviathan's emergence in the last episode talked about, like, the first apex predators. What if this is the Leviathan, because Leviathans are described as huge creatures that most of them live in the water, not really. So this thing is nowhere close to its actual size, so this thing's gonna be huge. So it might be a Leviathan. God sent it down here, and it stalks, meaning it's probably like watching human behavior, seeing how they react, and if they react good, this might stop. So my mask has been messed up this entire video. So, because Leviathans are huge, so this thing is probably what it was talking about. And then it speaks English, so, and it's only an infant. Considering how much months infant is to this thing, don't know. How many years it is, don't know. For all we know, it could be like 20 years old in an infant, so we don't know what infant is to that thing, so it could be like 1,000 years old and still be baby. So, but yeah, that's this episode. Next video will be Vita Carnis, Season 1. See ya.